Hi, this is Chris Davis for /Gear and Android Community. HTC have just dropped off the Hero. It's their third Android phone, so let's have a look and see what you get inside the box. As you can see, this is a white box rather than any kind of retail packaging. This is because it's come directly from HTC and not from T-Mobile or Orange, who are the two carriers in the UK that have already announced that they'll be offering the Hero. So, the first thing you get to inside is the handset itself. We'll come back to that. Also in the box is a power adapter, which is one of HTC's normal international travel chargers. With a variety of, you can get a load of different plug sections that fit in. There's also USB to HTC's XUSB connection. And in here, not wanting to come out, there is a hands-free kit. And as you can see, it's basic HTC hands-free kit, but the most exciting thing about it is that it goes to a standard 3.5mm plug. And that's because the Hero actually has, finally, a normal 3.5mm headset jack. So in terms of the phone itself, we saw it announced about a month ago. I'll just take it out of this. 3.2-inch capacitive touchscreen. It's a very thin device. Around the back there's a 5-megapixel camera with autofocus, though there isn't flash. Hardware controls on the side, limited just to a very large volume rocker there. Up on the top there's that 3.5mm jack which you can use with your own headset. On the bottom is the microphone and the XUSB port, which will also work with the standard mini USB. Up on the front, like we said, the 3.2-inch touchscreen, is the usual Android buttons at the bottom, and a trackball as well. And the shape of the Hero is kind of curved, so when you're holding it in your hand, the buttons are all sort of angled up towards you, and also so it hugs the side of your face when you're making a call. So, we'll get a SIM card into this, get it turned on, have a look and see HTC's new Sense UI. So I've just dropped an O2 SIM into the Hero. It's the unlocked version from HTC. We can obviously unlock it and go through some of the setup pages. We'll skip through the on-screen keyboard, avoid that at the moment. Skip that just so we can have a look at HTC Sense. Now, what some of these things are telling us is that we can go through, set up our social networks, and these are because the Hero has a variety of different sort of on-screen homepage widgets for things like Twitter and Facebook, which you can use to get easy access to those social networks. So if we'd wanted to, we could have enrolled our Gmail account, we could have enrolled our Twitter, Facebook accounts, and various other different things, which would mean that we can get access to our tweets, get access to our Facebook friends and different people's pictures and profiles and make comments directly from the home screen, rather than having to go into the browser and navigate to the actual site. So, as you can see, it's automatically found that I am, yes, near Paddington in London. And here's the homepage. So it looks a little bit like the standard Android homepage, but obviously there are some changes. So there's this panel here at the bottom, which you can tap on the phone thing, which brings up the phone page. Get rid of that. That button here brings up again the normal programs, and obviously most of the normal Android apps are there. So you've got things like Google Mail, Google Maps, Google Talk, the Android Market. There's HTC's Footprints, which is different, and that's used for geotagging photos that you might have taken. And then you can see obviously it comes with some preset ones. So the nearest one to me, I suppose, would be Big Ben there. You can rate it. It'll show you whereabouts on a map it is. And then comments at the bottom. So someone that obviously really liked hearing Big Ben. Good for them. So if we go back to the homepage again, this plus button here allows us to go into the widgets. Now this is something slightly different from the normal Android. Obviously there's the normal Android widgets there, so you can add in different clocks, the calendar, music, picture frame and search. But you can also add in HTC's own widgets, and as you can see there's quite a list of widgets here, so things like Twitter. Going into something like Twitter gives you, and there's actually a choice of different widgets. So there are two different styles. There's one which is a large page one, and there's also a smaller one which you could fit more widgets to one page. And from this you can tweet your own updates there, and from this one you can tweet your own, and you can also read people in your list. So we can add things like that to it. There's also photo albums, photo frames, people. You can add footprints, which we were just looking at, to the home page, that kind of thing. So different widgets. Again, as before, you can slide across. So there's an email here from HTC, just sort of introducing the Hero. Text messaging there. Weather, so automatically kind of updates, and you can see it's got the same HTC animations that you might recognise from the company's Windows mobile phones. And there's actually more homepage panes than were available on the standard Android phones, so things like the Magic and the G1. HTC have added to that. Normally you can have 3, I think there are about 7 to 9 on this. Now moving across this side, we've got again more shortcuts. So there's normal Google Maps, Market, the camera for that 5 megapixel camera, and then there's toggles here which look very much like the HTC Windows Mobile Touch Flow 3D icons for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to toggle those on and off, and a favourites list there which we can add our favourite phone contacts in. Going across again, there's bookmarks for the browser, and obviously the big deal about the browser here is the devices, and this looks to be sort of native Twitter client. Obviously Android Market does have a variety of different clients, and some of the same Android features are there again. Basic OS underneath, so you've got the pull down notification bar which shows things like missed calls, any different networks that are available. Normal buttons, so again menu button brings up things like scenes, which this is again new, so this is HTC's scenes thing, basic home screen. Social, which changes the home page to a different layout basically. So again we've got a different clock, the calendar there instead, and you can change all these yourself, adjust them so that, say if you have a different layout for your social life in the evenings, and then you might have a different one for work which takes you into your say your Exchange email. I have different clocks because obviously I want to know what the time is in Dublin, which ironically is the same time zone as here. It tells you like if there are any events today or tomorrow. Email again, stocks, because obviously all business people love looking at stocks. So it's basically about making more of the OS available from the home page. So this is the HTC Hero. It's HTC's latest Android cell phone. It's going to be available in the UK and across Europe very soon, within a matter of weeks. At the moment we've not had any of the US carriers saying that they're going to offer it, but I imagine it will be available as an unlocked device. It's got Wi-Fi B and G, HSDPA, HSUPA, GPS, 5 megapixel camera, 3.2 inch capacitive touchscreen, and we'll have the full review up on Android Community and /gear very, very soon.